Hey YouTube, how are you guys doing? I really hate how I look on my videos, and I hate the way I sound. I wish I had like an actual camera to where I can actually do these videos and do them better, and make them look better. But I kind of want to talk about trace regions today, and it'll probably kind of go into something else. But I can understand how when people talk about trace regions, if it's a really small amount of DNA, and that could go many generations back. That could be, who knows, at the beginning of time, your first ancestors. I mean, who knows who it could be. So that's probably an ancestor you wouldn't be able to trace, because back then we had paint, we had carvings, whatever that, but we didn't really have pictures. We didn't really keep files of stuff as much as we do now, and as time went by. So it's really hard to trace back all the way back. So any kind of ancestor that goes back 5 generations and more would be really hard to find. So I can see why people would say, I don't want to identify with that because it's so small. But at the same time, that's an ancestor that you do have, or that you did have, that gave you part of that DNA. So you should still consider that as part of your DNA, because that's what makes up your 100%. You shouldn't just knock out that little percentage because it's small. And it kills me how people just want to randomly just throw that ancestor away and be like, well, it's so small. It popped up in your DNA report, so obviously it's there. If it didn't, it wouldn't have been there if it didn't pop up. Obviously, you at least, you had some type of blood to that region if it popped up, And with me, I would love, I love doing this. I really love genetics, and I love that I did this test. I really like that I got to find out where I came from, and that I got to figure out what was in my blood. Everything really added up and made sense. And now that, my biological family is getting in contact with me and stuff, it's good to know what people I come from. It's good to know the people that I share blood with, And as I get to know them more and more and more, they're really good people. They're really sweet. They're so adorable. Like, my birth family is so adorable. I love them to death. And one side of my family is like all African, because we're Jamaican. So got Jamaican, and supposedly from what I hear from my cousin, I think on my dad's side, my birth dad, even though I've never met my real parents, I just know he's on my birth dad's side. Because on my mom's side, the Stinsons, they are from my mom's side, because that's Brazil is on their side, so that's my mom's side. And then Lacey and all that, where I get that's my dad's side. So on my dad's side, I heard that I'm a descendant from one of my dad's cousin's moms, and we were people that migrated out of Africa to Madagascar, and we were African and Jamaican and African and Asian ancestry. And then on my mom's side, you have the Native American and the Asian and the Pacific Islander. I believe that's where, I'm not sure if my Pacific Islander comes from my mom's side or my dad's or my dad's side, because I definitely know the Native American and Asian is my mom's side, and my dad's side is my mom's side. I know my dad's side is probably Pacific Islander, because like I said, we were island. I have cousins in the Caribbean. That's my Jamaican, but my Pacific Islander, like the Melanesian and Polynesian, might be my dad's side as well, because that's the only actual island I hear from them being from the island, and them just being Native American and stuff like that. It's all confusing. I'm still learning, so I don't really know yet, but I would get more information. Other than that, I believe was my recent grandmother that just died. I never got to meet her. It was my birth grandmother. I never got to meet her, but she was like full-blood Native American. Well, it was there. It might be my great-great-grandmother, or my great-grandmother. Yeah, probably my great-grandmother. I'm not gonna say she was full-blood Native American, but she was majority Native American. So that's definitely where I get my Native American from, is her and my mom's family line. But she recently died. If I had pictures, I'd definitely show you, but I can't really, you know, I'm still learning how to do videos, and I don't have an actual camera and how to do all those special effects that other people know how to do. But yeah, she recently died, but he was like majority, maybe 80% Native American. She might have been full-blood Native American, who knows. I know a lot of my family on the Stinson side, on my mom's side, is Native American, like Asian eyes, everything. So, yeah, they have Native American blood, African blood, European blood, you know, Asian blood. Now, I got Pacific Islander blood. That's the only blood that does not add up to the Stinsons, and right now, not to Collier. So I have no idea where my Pacific Islander blood comes from. I thought my mom had to be Pacific Islander because of the way she looked. Again, if I had pictures, I do have pictures in the house, but I forgot to bring them, of my mom and dad. But I know it might come from my mom's side, but I'm not sure. So as I gather more information, I will let you guys know more. Definitely though, don't knock out your trace regions. Even if it's a small amount, it's still part of your DNA. Don't knock that out. That's still an ancestor that's in your line that gives you the 100% of DNA that you have. Just because it's a small amount doesn't mean you don't have any kind of connection to it. It's still there. Alright, bye YouTube. It was good talking to you guys again.